How often do we see these headlines but either choose to ignore them or do not understand the deep-seated problem with them? Gender-based violence is a violation of human rights and is rooted in gender inequalities. The question that arises are, what does it involve? Where does it happen and how can it be stopped? So in this video, we explain what is gender-based violence. Gender-based violence is violence that targets an individual or a group of individuals on the basis of their gender, which results in physical, sexual, or psychological harm. It is rooted in gender inequality, the abuse of power, and harmful norms. Gender-based violence is a serious violation of human rights and is a health, protection, and socio-political life-threatening issue. In most cases, gender-based violence also disproportionately affects women and other gender minorities. Gender-based violence is not just limited to physical violence, but encompasses everything from dowry deaths, honor killing, trafficking, domestic violence, intimate partner violence, sexual and emotional abuse, online abuse, child abuse, and caste-based violence, among others. According to data by the UN, it is estimated that 1 in 3 women will experience sexual or physical violence in their lifetime. Gender-based violence can happen in different settings and in different ways. Let's take a look at the various kinds of gender-based violence that exist in the society. Let us first talk about gender-based violence at home. Gender-based violence within the home setting can take different forms with multiple power dynamics operating at the same time. From child sexual abuse, sibling abuse, and emotional abuse by parents perpetrated on the girl child, to domestic abuse, dowry-related violence, and intimate partner violence, all are forms of gender-based violence. The risk of violence within the home is also normalized because rigid concepts of gender become more stringent. Globally, 1 in 3 women experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime, mostly by an intimate partner. This includes physical aggression, sexual coercion, psychological abuse, and controlling behaviors. Gender-based violence at institutions and workplace. Women and LGBTQIA+ individuals around the world are disproportionately impacted by gender-based violence, including sexual harassment and assault in the workplace. Gender-based violence is also prevalent in universities and colleges across the globe. At the university, it includes bullying, harassment, sexual abuse, stalking, as well as coercively controlling behaviors of students. While at the workplace, gender-based violence takes the form of women being forced to work in an intimidating, hostile environment, being exposed to inappropriate jokes and comments, unwanted physical contact and experiences, as well as various unwelcome forms of sexual conduct. Even though workplaces are mandated to have an ICC, the implementation of the law on the ground is poor and there's no accountability on part of the government to ensure that all workplaces implement the POSH Act properly. Let us now talk about gender-based violence in public places. Sexual harassment and other forms of sexual violence in public spaces, both in urban and rural settings, are an everyday occurrence for women and girls in every country around the world. From unwelcome sexual remarks and gestures to rape and feminicide, this is a lived reality for women. It happens on the streets, in public transportation, and at almost every public place. What this does is reduce their freedom of movement. Next, we come to online gender-based violence. In this digital 21st century world that we live in, our online and offline worlds are more integrated than ever. Therefore, gender-based violence too impacts digital spaces in a massive way. Stalking and sexual harassment are now using digital tools such as social media and GPS to cause harm. Digital tools have also made it easier for the non-consensual creation of sexual images through artificial intelligence. Furthermore, discrimination, hate speech, cyberbullying are serious forms of online gender-based violence. In a survey carried out by Plan International, 58% of young women have said that they experienced online harassment, with half saying that they faced more harassment online than in the streets. Now we come to intersectionality in gender-based violence. We cannot ignore the intersectional identities of individuals while talking about gender-based violence. Intersectionality of caste, class, gender identity, sexual orientation, ethnicity, religion, skin color, and disability all play a key role in the context of violence perpetrated against individuals. The survivors operate under intersecting oppressions not just on account of their gender but also other marginalized identities. All of this also affects one's experience of violence. So, how can gender-based violence be stopped? Ending gender-based violence will involve actions at all levels, challenging social norms, creating awareness, proper media representation, strengthening legislation to criminalize violence, and prosecuting the perpetrators. How do you think gender-based violence can be rightfully stopped? Let us know in the comments below.